Howdy, folks. It's Meandering Mike here in the Man Cave of Madness. It's just before midnight, and we're going to do a unboxing here. This is a Kickstarter called Titans. I did not actually Kickstarter it myself. I bought it after the fact. This is a miniatures-based board game by Łukasz Wozniak. I believe the little L with the angled line through it in Polish is a W, not a L. So I believe it's something like Łukasz Wozniak. So we have here a number of different boxes. This is an expansion, Fields of Blood. I'm not going to open that at this time. We'll take a quick look at the back. It says that it's an expansion for 2 to 5 players. Normally, I believe the game only supports 4 players, but that's what this is here. This is the 5th player expansion. So you need this to use this with all 5 players, but you could use this with the base game with up to 4 players. But maximal fun if you've got more people, if you're that lucky to have a large play group. We also have here the playmat that came with the Kickstarter. And then this guy here, gonna zoom in a little bit and point the camera up. See if you can actually read that. Maybe I need to zoom in even more. I'm trying not to, oops. I'm gonna move the camera. Trying to use my hand less because I tend to move it too much and gesture and such. But it's a Kickstarter deluxe version with the Banner of Glory expansion included. There's actually supposed to be a few other expansions that aren't named there. That we'll have to see if it's in there. So I'm going to go ahead and open this puppy first. And then we'll take a look at the playmat. Move that aside. As usual, I've got my shrink wrapped, a little pre-sliced at the corners so I can get my big fingers in there. I know a lot of you people like to see the actual shrink wrap torn for it to be a fun unboxing. So there we go. So let me push this here to the back of the box and pop it up and see if, oh, I'm at, there, back to 1 times normal, whoa. So, Titans, there's the large miniatures of the Titans. So you'd get a 5th one of those. And here are their armies. So the unit miniatures, it says there's 48, so there'd be 12 per. So I'm assuming that in that 5th player expansion, there'd be 12 to have a like number. So this appears to be, let's try to zoom in there. Looks like it's an area control game. Kind of dudes on a map with big old Titans and armies. All right. Let's see there. There's cards, dice. There's some stronghold miniatures. I'm assuming there's 3 of those. Those are probably like neutral places you take over. Capital miniatures, so that'd be obviously for each player. So that 5th player expansion should have one of those. Double-sided player boards, wooden cubes, tokens, 2 rule books. All right. So that is the back. Let's zoom back out and open this big, oh, it's pretty heavy too. Big and heavy. All right. Trying to open this without knocking the camera around. Okay, it's sliding. There we go. All right, greeted at the very top. Echoes of the past, changes to the rules. All right, so there's I guess this Kickstarter is sort of called like a second edition. So there's or some late changes. Fallen unit deployment. Battles. Okay, so this is in multiple languages. You got your Polish, you got your Czech, and you got your Chinese. All right, so the changes in the rules aren't great. No, is that Polish or Czech? Huh. I obviously don't know my flags as good as I should. All right. Okay, here were some of the expansions, part of the Kickstarter stretch goals. So Banner of Glory, I believe that's the one. Oh, that was a sticker on there, so it doesn't say on the actual box that's the deluxe edition. That was a sticker, so I might want to save that just so I know. So this was part of the and monuments. This was something that was mentioned within the Kickstarter. So it's all in that big deluxe box. Lots of cool stuff in here. All right, here, let's see if we can see that without much glare. Nation components explanation, solo mode. Second rule book. All right, so obviously don't start here. Here you go. Titans rulebook, game introduction, basic rulebook. All right, so let's flip here. All right, there we go. Nice, good color illustrations of what all the components are. The armies, the Titans. Double-sided main board. All right. That's nice. From what I can see, they look the same. The mountains. This big lake or sea. That's the Black Sea, it looks like to me. And this is the Adriatic over here. This is set in Europe. There's the Baltic. All right. Double-sided nation boards, capital miniatures, cards, nation cards, support cards, Automa. So there's for solo play. As many people go, I bought Automa. Automation, automatic, automaton. Automaton, that's an old-fashioned word for a robot type thing. Secret objective cards. Order cards. One help cards. There should be 4. There should be 1 for each player. I would say 2 rule books. Advanced mode components. So those cubes and some of the cards are for advanced mode. Sometimes I like games that have, basic and advanced, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes, like programmed learning, it's okay to go through a basic mode and that. Sometimes they do a really good job of making 2 kind of distinct games that are really fun in their own right. And that's actually interesting, where you really have 2 games. Like, this basic game might be good and fun, and it's, emphasizes certain things, and it might be like much shorter. And then there's a more challenging, complicated advanced rules, and that's fun. But sometimes it's just the different modes don't make much sense. And it's like, you're never going to go back and play that again. But I do like being able to ease into learning some games if they're really kind of complicated. But mixed feelings on that. All right, movement actions, 3-player game example, 2-player game. Okay, interesting. So there's enough differences, I guess, in setup and starting that they have 2-player game and 3-player game examples. orders. Many, many good illustrations and examples of what's going on, resolving battles, the defender's stage. All right, I'm not going to go through this entire complete rule book because I'm sure you want to see like the map and the minis and such. Let me flip towards the back. Extended example of play. No, extended gameplay, not example. It's just determine how long it is. So that's nice. You can say, hey, we're going for a quicker, scenarios set up. Different scenarios for 2. Wow, a lot of, these are different setup scenarios. This is interesting. Not a lot of text. So basically in those setup diagram, that's enough to let you know what's going on. That is very interesting. A glossary. That is always nice. All right. So that was quite interesting. Oh, what is this? Oh, here's talking about those deluxe expansion. King's Emissaries. Looks like there are a bunch of tokens and cards. Yeah, here's, whoa, can you see that there? Maybe I'll zoom in. Nope. Wrong way, wrong way. So, objective cards, dice, extra cards, Titan power cards. So, okay, so there's a variety of what's in the expansion. Sometimes I like getting expansions to games, but sometimes I wonder, like, is the game incomplete without the expansions? I like a game that stands out on its own and that each expansion adds something interesting to it. That players can agree, like, oh, do we want to add this kind of thing? And it might extend the length of the game, make certain things more complex, but that you don't have to use them. You can cater your game sessions to your group, your size, the amount of time you have, etc. All right, so even though that sticker that was on the shrink wrap only mentioned the one Banner of Glory, it appears that all the expansions are in there. That was a worry when I first got it. And I only, because of the holidays, I got this a while ago, and I'd contacted the seller and said, hey, was there something else supposed to come? He goes, no, that's it. Oh, no, send it back and I'll refund it. I'm like, no, wait, let me actually open the box first and double check it. Let me do an unboxing. I'll do, and I just never got around it because of the holidays. So now that Christmas is over and had a little lull in the action, we've had family members visiting. We still have some family here. So it's been a busy time. Spending time with the wife, doing various stuff. And okay, so that's only the top fold. I haven't completely unfolded it. I'm always a little nervous about unfolding these kind of things that I don't actually rip. All right, let me see here if I can do this without knocking things on the floor. I zoom out. Come on. Getting some shadow there. Yeah, this is going to be really hard to see the whole thing here. So that portion of Eastern Europe there, we're not going to be able to see as easily. But as we can see there, that's the Black Sea towards the middle. And you're not seeing, see, can you read that? I'm going to have to zoom in. And they're calling it Constantinopolis. So there would be the Dardanelles and the Bosporus. Well, which is on the west and which is the east? See, I don't even remember I always refer to them together, the Dardanelles and the Bosporus, but which one's on the east and which one's on the west, I never remember. So we would have so the Aegean Sea would be down below us, This would be the Adriatic coming up over here. Belgradum. That does not... Well, I guess if that's... back out a little bit where there's Buddha. Again, that's a V that's a U. Like in Latin, it's not Buvda. Here, I'm gonna have to there, keep that flat as I can. Yeah, see, Varsovia, which again, instead of like say in English Warsaw, it's really Varsava. Gdańsk, like Gdansk. Yeah, there would be like the free city of Danzig, if you know your history there. Riga. Novogardia Magna. All right, Stockholm. So there's Sweden. And you got the Baltic Sea. And this would be, well, here I'm trying to point. So that would be Finland here, and that's what the Bothnia, the Bay of Bothnia, the Gulf of Bothnia, not Bosnia, Both. All right, let's see, zoom. Oh. All right. Zoom out as much as we can. All right, so on this side here, we've got some tracks. Looks like maybe different turns or ages, or they got Roman numerals here. They show like some different actions or things that you can cash in or cost of actions. There's, looks like actions and their costs, etc. And way over here in the dark, in the shadows, I'm sure certain kind of card decks probably go there. Is that discards? No matter what, any game that I play, if it's a legacy game, I will not tear anything up. I will keep them. I do not care what they say. Oh, maybe that's why this board's double-sided. Maybe this is a legacy game, and they give you a second side of the board that you can start fresh on. Well, that's kind of cool and kind of a no-brainer. Like, why shouldn't all the guys that do legacy games do that? Let you at least play it twice, if not more. So, here's, again, all these nice little reference things that are symbols only, no words, so they don't have to have multiple language. This is for the boards, but I'm sure that help card or some reference aid will show what that is. Okay, I'm gonna move this big old map out of the way. Well, let's see. Yep, I'm looking at the back. It does indeed look identical as far as I can tell. Oh, I'm really curious. I'm gonna quickly open this up now. The playmat. How much bigger is it? Oh my gosh, it's big and thick. Oh, it's got little nice bubble wrap protections in there. So, maybe, I don't know. It seems like it's wider, but maybe it's not that much wider. Can I hold this up so you can actually see it? Let's see. I'm zoomed out. Let's go to regular setting. Can you read that? It says Smolenskum. And then there's Moscovia. Yeah, see with the in this light, yeah, you should be able to read Moscovia there. It's right over the river, unfortunately. It's white text with dark drop shadow over the river, so it's hard to read. All right, but this does. You know, I don't know. I think it's about the same size as the board, but it's a playmat with rubber backing. So So, we'll have to see. Big. I'm folding it to get it back in the box. I will get it out of the way. All right. Oh, goodness. So, yes, we already looked at the board. Let's see, let's tilt this up, hopefully without everything spilling out of it. Can you see? All right, gotta get the mounted map out of the way. And I don't want to squish and possibly crinkle. So what are they doing? My hands are busy down here. I'm moving all those rule books and little folders for the different, or booklets for all the little expansions and all that good stuff. So now with that out of the way, you should be able to see this better. All right, so of course, can't see the Titans down at the bottom. So there are the 4 Titans. Do you get a 5th Titan? Is there like 1 Titan per kingdom always, or do you vie for the Titans? Is that? $14 miniatures. Okay, it says there's 14 miniatures. There was 12 for the army. There should be 1 Titan and 1 capital. So I'm hoping it has a Titan. They should say that, though. That's a selling point. Wow, that's barely on the edge of focus. 18 cards. All right. They should very unequivocally say, includes large, huge Titan, because, you know, these are a selling feature. These things are big. These are huge. I don't know what scale that is, but... All right, and then we've got... I'm going to put... Let's see if that works. All right, so this is a insert tray with a special thing. Didn't really lock on, but... I wonder, oh, yep, so, haha, look at that. So there's, these look like some kind of stands. You set them into bases. So I wonder, all right, banners, the X's, I wonder what those, where you're having battles or places that have been destroyed, or... I don't know if those are settlements, castles, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, very cities or settlements or fortifications. You got coin. All right, there's your 4 player boards. I wonder how easy it's going to be to fit the 5th player expansion in here or not. Okay, purple dice. Lightish, bluish, almost turquoise. Little cubes. What's that? Just 3 per player, 12 cubes. Little tiny cards. So some of these cards, hopefully, be able to easily identify which expansion. ID 26 cards, small C, and that you'll be able to tell which base game or which expansion that comes with, you know, in 1x zoom. Sometimes, especially with the wrinkly stuff, it doesn't want to focus right. All right, so many card decks. Oh, more dice. White, black. Oh, interesting. Horseshoe dice. Is that for cavalry charges? Is that for force marching? Shields, defense dice, pistols. So you probably build a dice pool in combat or different things depending on what you have present, and roll your dice and determine blah, 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 etc. Again, I'm making a guess, folks, just from my experience with various different games. It could be totally different than that, but I'm guessing this is a dice pool builder for combat. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm not going to open all these card decks. There's so many. We're already 25 minutes in. Show me the minis, they say. Show me the money. Show me the minis. Show me the minis. All right, unfortunately, you probably can't get a good enough view. It's not going to focus there well. These look to be dudes with swords. There's a variety of dudes. There's the dudes with longer swords and shorter swords. Gray. Okay, each army has, or each nation, like this here, that's their capital fort. They've got artillery, cavalry, infantry dudes. So the gray ones are either like neutrals, just like the Titans might all be neutral, or each one gets one. Maybe the gray guys are mercenaries. There's light blue, green, yellow. Aha. So there's gray fortifications. And see those round things? You know what size those are? Those are the base of the Titans. So each player potentially can control one Titan. And they would put their color base on the one. So which Titan, I don't know if you each start with a Titan or depending on the scenario, or you do something to gain control of particular Titans, and so that'll vary from game to game or scenario to scenario. Now, I want to, there, let's get some different angle on there. If you see different details of these minis. Winged dude. Flaming sword, it looks like. Oh, no, this guy's a multiple arm. He has 4 arms. Look at that, 4 swords. Big pick, axe. What is that? Frost. Is that supposed to be stone or frost? I think that's like a huge frost titan. And that's like a huge pick wedge of ice. Big old blade. Look how big that is. That thing is taller than him. That from tip of the blade to the handle, that's bigger than he is. But of course, if we're super duper Titans, dropping something. I hope that Titan didn't. So there is another tray in there. That's the tray. Let me rescue this Titan from the floor. It's the winged guy. Well, I guess they're not brittle. His sword nor wing broke off. Thank goodness. Otherwise, we'd have to give a very strong not recommend. If one little drop onto the carpet, we'd do those in. So that is a lot of components, guys. That's pretty cool. I am not going to make you sit through and watch me sort and put this all away. But, oh my goodness, there's... Some of the decks are wider than others. It's like, yeah, what goes where, man? What goes where? All right, lots of cool stuff. I love the custom dice. The only problem with these is if you lose some. Trying to replace them or get spares, that is... So here we are, folks. This is Titans, the game, by Łukasz Wozniak. I'm pronouncing it correctly. Don't know much Polish, but I do know that L with the little angled line through it is not an L, it's W. And the W is V. So, not Warsaw, it's Warszawa is the correct way to... That's what I heard. Anyway, so I am going to tip the box in place here so you can see that. Let's zoom out. So there it is. Titans. This was, again, the Deluxe Kickstarter. So that is available out and out in various places. You can search around and find it. I found it from a dude that frequently sells stuff on Facebook and the various marketplaces. Reputable dealer. I mean, like I said, he's willing to say, hey man, I'll refund it if it's missing something. And I'm saying, well, I don't see anywhere here on the list where these other expansions were missing in the details, but it turned out they were all inside the box. And this box that had the sticker up here saying Deluxe Edition, it only mentioned one expansion, and there's actually was more in the box. So yay! So this is Meandering Mike in the Man Cave of Madness, signing off from the unboxing of Titans. All you folks out there, take care and ciao.